Hey, so did you know that Hunter x Hunter from 2011 isn't the only adaptation of Togashi's legendary manga? There was actually an earlier one all the way back in 1999. It went till 2003 and adapts everything before the Ants arc. It has a very different style, and pretty much everything is way darker than 2011, in terms of colours and how events play out. There's quite a bit of filler, but from what I've heard it isn't that bad. I actually haven't seen the 1999 version, so I don't know why I'm making a video on it, but I kind of want to eventually. It has some great animation from what I've seen, and it keeps some parts that were cut out of the remake. I also don't mind it not having the Ants arc, because while the Ants arc does have some of the best moments, it also has some of the most boring episodes, and it goes on way too long. But one of the things I found most interesting about this version of the show is the ending that was originally planned. So back in the day, anime would sometimes catch up to the manga's current chapter, and instead of waiting for more to be made, they would just make up the rest of the story themselves. The most popular example is probably Fullmetal Alchemist. This show pretty much did its own thing for half of it, but the craziest thing to me is the ending, where, spoilers, cover your ears if you care about Fullmetal Alchemist 2003 spoilers, Edward Elric gets sent to Nazi Germany during World War II for some reason. What? Soul Eater also had an anime original ending, but it was much less interesting. Maka just basically beats the villain in one punch with the power of friendship or something, and it's kind of a disappointing ending, even as someone who's a big fan of the rest of the show. In the manga it goes on much longer and they find an actual way to defeat the guy, or at least I think. I actually haven't read the manga. This didn't happen with Hunter x Hunter, but it almost did. The anime did catch up to the manga at a point in York New City, and luckily they just waited a while and released the rest as OVAs in later years. But they were originally planning to make their own ending up, and it's kind of crazy. So first, Kurapika would have a final fight with Chrollo. He would win and kill him, but he would also lose his eye and end up dying in Leorio's arms. The remaining trio are really sad because their friend died, and they part ways. Gon goes back to his home to his aunt, but also his dad and Kite are there for some reason, and then there's a 7-year time skip. Now Gon and Killua are adults, and in this 7 years, Killua went back to his family and became an evil assassin, and him and his dad have come to kill Ging. They fight, and then Ging kills Killua's dad, and Killua gets so mad that he pulls Gon's heart out while Aunt Mito watches. What even is this ending? Why is it so dark, and what were they thinking? I'm kind of glad this ending never got made because I don't like it, but it also just would have been interesting to watch if it did. There is actually real storyboards of it which I've been putting on the screen this whole time, and it seems very interesting. I kind of would have liked to watch it. Anyway, thanks for watching, bye!